guess I'm making this video because...
Come on! I can't fight an alligator. I don't care how little it is.
Be water, my friend.
And Chino
brothers.
He's Asian, which means he loves gambling.
Chino
brothers. It is like a finger pointing away to the moon.
Chino.
The brothers.
That drunk bridezilla type out on their bachelorette night and just play my song.
Chino
Brothers.
Let me speak to the Chinaman.
Chinaman is not the preferred nomenclature.
Right now, today is the most important day of your life.
I always wondered when it fades out and then you see me in Adley, like what that looks like on Adley's side, because he's like on a different side than I am. So we've had nothing but technical difficulties today, guys. Don't know how I can explain it any different than we've had nothing but technical difficulties. I had football practice with my son. And then that was across town. It's 6 miles away. It took 35 minutes. Then Adley's hard drive right now or Adley's computer is telling him he doesn't have a hard drive or something like that. And then Terry was giving us some bad feedback. So I got both of them. I'm going to see if I can bring Adley on right now. Let's see what happens. All right, here we go. Adley, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Shoot. This sucks.
That doesn't suck, dude. Just is what it is.
I'm a guest.
Well, you're better than a guest, dude, because guests always have to be like this. Like even when I was in Hawaii, I had to be like this. So, all right, you can. Are you trying to reboot your computer? Oh no, Adley's phone died, and I can already tell Terry's phone died. Well, folks, this is going to be an interesting evening for the Chino. There he is. What happened there?
I switched my my earbud wasn't working, so I pulled it out and put it back in. Now it's working.
Oh, why'd you go black?
I think maybe because maybe did something on the phone.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude,
I couldn't tell you.
Crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It always happens too. It just happened right 5 minutes before the show. It's like, why computer do you not want to work? This is so crazy.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Hey, we're live, man.
Yeah, we're live. Dude, here's the thing. It was kind of cool right where it was. There it is. It's cool right where it is, man. Don't worry about it. You can try to reboot the computer as we're going, but don't stress on it. You know what I mean? Like plug it in, push the start button, whatever happens, happens. The nice part is we got Terry Maxwell here. We should be excited about that. Yeah.
Definitely. This guy's a hero of mine. I can say that. This guy's just amazing. Works across the hall from me. We do I produce a stream for him every morning, a little 5-minute stream to talk about his show that's coming up. The guy's a genius in running a restaurant. He's a genius in pharmaceutical drugs and health. And also he knows how to run a business. He ran a very successful fancy restaurant for years too here in Bakersfield. And people watching in Bakersfield, you've heard of Maxwell's restaurant downtown. So a lot of stuff. Super interesting dude and a really nice guy. And he actually played on our mud volleyball team a couple years ago and was ready to play this year, but we couldn't get enough people to play. It was only me, him, and maybe 2 other people. And I was like, we need 6 at least, really 8 to 10.
What's mud ball?
Mud volleyball?
Like, how does that explain this mud volleyball to me?
Mud volleyball, well, first and foremost, it's a fundraiser for the Epilepsy Society of Kern County. And it's exactly what it sounds like, mud volleyball. The guy takes a big pit in just the middle of the field, fills it with water, and creates just a big, huge mud pit. There's about 25 to 30 courts in this big pit of mud. And it's just a big tournament. And we've had as many as 132 teams, I think is the biggest. But unfortunately, with the COVID stuff, the pandemic, we also there was a drought in California before that, so it really hasn't had a regular. There hasn't been a regular tournament in like 5 years, maybe 4 years. Whenever we played last time, Terry. But it's a lot of fun. You get dirty. It's out in the sun. and it's a great time. But it's everybody's like, oh, mud volleyball, because there's nasty stuff to it too. You're playing in mud that they rake it for like weeds and everything. And I don't know if you guys have these in Pittsburgh, but the goat heads, they're little tiny spiky little seeds that
No, we don't have those.
oh, you step on them with your barefoot, it hurts. You'll bleed. I mean, they're that bad. So they'll be mixed in with the mud. So what you do is take like a water shoe and you duct tape all around it, because you can't have one of those goat heads even get in your shoe, because then you're walking around and stepping on it every time, or it's rubbing against your foot and everything too. But dude, it's a blast though. It is a lot of fun though. Shoot, we went there just to kind of hang out. We saw DJ Countdown over there. Bunch of buddies that knew me from actually Play 1039, which is almost 20 years ago. And it was just a good time though. But Terry Maxwell was our star player a few years back and was down to play
in mud volleyball.
In mud volleyball, yeah.
Well, why don't we bring this mud volleyballer on, Terry Maxwell? That the fans, and I'm not gonna play the applause again, Adley, just in case. You get where I'm going. Like I'm trying to make sure that we don't mess anything up here. So, folks, we don't know what technical difficulties we have going on, but unfortunately, we don't want to add to them by doing the razzmatazz. So, why? Oh, you know what? I just realized something. You can't read comments, and so I've got to do everything that you normally do. Yeah, you're right. Hold on a sec. So let me see if I can do this from where I'm sitting. Yeah, I can't look at that. Gavin says, "Hey guys."
Gavin.
Panama says, "Saludos. I love V-ball."
Nice.
And then EVP says, "What's up, fellas?"
What up, EVP?
All right. All right. Well, why don't we do this? Let's bring on our friend Terry Maxwell. Now, I have not met him yet, but I'm super excited to talk to him. And there's a whole bunch of craziness I got to get out of this guy, because there's restaurants, there's some sort of. Oh, speaking of DJ Countdown, look at that.
Hey, there he is. Yeah, he was there at Mud Volleyball.
Yeah, dude, you were at Mud Volleyball, DJ Countdown. But anyways, we're trying to get to our guest, folks, and our guest tonight is going to be Terry Maxwell. He's got all kinds of crazy stories to tell us about, so I'm adding him to the stream here in 1 second, and maybe I'll even play the audience. Don't get it too excited, though, Adley. All right.
Okay.
Ladies, is there something going on with your computer?
No, it's the same thing came up. Hard drive not found.
Just relax, dude. Let's just finish this out on your phone. Ladies and gentlemen, Terry Maxwell.
T-Max.
Hold on, Terry. Let me see if I can get this studio audience a little more excited. Here we go. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Terry Maxwell. See, look, I just made Terry freeze with the stinking ice.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Yeah. Terry, how's it going, man?
You know, that's usually what he does for me anyway.
Yeah, it's
going real well. I'm in my laundry room. I'm in the laundry room because it kept telling me that I wasn't close enough to my router, and so I got close enough to my router. And now I've also got the opportunity to do some laundry while I'm here.
Well, also the laundry room's probably pretty soundproof. You know what I mean? Like you got all that, like, you know, insulation and whatnot. So a restaurant owner, is that what I'm understanding?
Definitely is.
So you're a restaurant owner.
Well,
you were into politics.
I had. Yep.
Both. Terry's freezing, Adley.
Yeah, and I'm coming in. I'm coming in on the computer.
Restaurant
I'm leaving
for
here.
18 and a half years. Now I'm on the Am I coming in okay?
Now you're good. I don't know what Adley's doing, but
hello. Am I good now?
No, I can hear you, Terry. You're good. No, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Well, I then yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, go for it. Keep telling us about this restaurant.
Okay, the restaurant I had was called T.L. Maxwell's Restaurant and Bar. We had it for 18 and a half years in downtown Bakersfield. It was in an alley. The kind of the spectacular thing about it was a speakeasy at one point in its career back in the 40s and 50s. So it had a huge 12 seating in a solid mahogany bar. And in from one side. When you stood behind the bar, I mean, it looked pretty spectacular behind it, and a display of alcohol that we had. So it really had some notoriety. But there were plenty of stories about this particular place because it also and I was there, as I say, 18 and a half years. A tremendous following. Wonderful. Made a lobtail that was 20 ounces. So most people couldn't even finish it. But I also was known for my sauces, my soups, a lot of different things.
Wait, a lobster tail that was 20 ounces? Is that what you said?
Yes. We cooked a tail, and we roasted it and then served it with drawn butter. It was 20 ounces. It was huge, absolutely huge.
Where were you getting these huge lobsters from?
Well, actually, they come from Australia. They grow pretty good size, and they're very consistent. They're really good eating because they came from Australia. They were sweet, very tender. We had a lot of people who used to come in and get that. And quite frankly, what we were serving, we really didn't have. It was affordable for anybody, especially in like Valentine's Day. We'd set probably 10 or 12 of them just on that one night.
On Valentine's Day, you say?
Valentine's Day was our biggest night of the year. We're a fine dining restaurant, correct? No, there we go. Take the hat off. How's that? Our restaurant was the busiest night was Valentine's night, and what we would have is nothing but two tops. Instead of having the normal 12 or 13 tables in our dining room, we'd make 20 tables in our dining room and another 7 or 8 in our bar area, and we would turn all those tables 3 and 4 times a evening, seeing a tremendous number of people.
So was there now the bar area, was there like a local feel to that, or were like was it like a cool place for people to hang out?
In and out on weekends, when somebody walked in the front door, it usually took them 10 minutes to get to their table because they'd be all their friends, because everybody was in that our particular restaurant. And we had this one older couple that would come in every Saturday night, and they did that. 15 years we were there, probably did it for 12 years of it. And wife, and then the husband, at the husband's funeral, I was there, and I said how wonderful it was to have them to be such great patrons, that they were coming to our restaurant every Saturday night for 12 years. And one of the other restaurateurs that was in the audience there came up to me and said, "Do you know what that means? That means you were the best restaurant in Bakersfield. That's only they went to every Saturday night, with the best restaurant in Bakersfield." So we had a tremendous reputation. The local reviewer was extremely kind to us, gave us unbelievable stars. He had a 4-star system, and he evaluated you on 3 different things: your atmosphere, your service, and your food. And we always got the maximum number of stars.
Wow. So why did the restaurant end then, Terry? Was it COVID?
Well, here in California, I'm not sure where you're at, but in California, there's things called PAGA laws, and these are laws that the trial lawyers put together in order to perpetrate a crime on all business owners. What it did was, in the past, if there was a discrepancy in what you paid one of your employees, you go to the labor board, and the labor board decide who owed that person money. Well, the trial lawyers through the legislature here in California were able to put through some rules, making it so that they could hire a lawyer to sue you, and then the lawyers would sue and make $150,000, $200,000 on something that was only a $3,000 difference what you had been paying. So we had a former restaurant turn around and sued us because we did.
I kind of felt like that was going to happen. What do you think, Adley?
Oh, yeah. Is it my end or his end, or where's it going? Because even me, I don't know what's going on. It's just t- now,
Yeah,
you guys.
you're getting the lag on your mouth.
It's driving me insane, and nothing is different than last time. So, but yeah, Terry, man, I wanted to hear everything about his restaurant. Hopefully, he comes back and gets a better spot close to the router too, because that's okay. I hear him popping back on too, because even finally my computer is working, but still a delay between my voice and my face.
I say this: don't let the devil get you down. You know what the problem is, Adlai? We haven't prayed before the last 2 shows. So, folks, if you'll indulge us, why don't we do our normal tradition of praying before the show? What do you say, Adlai? Here we go. God, thank you for today. Thank you for Adlai. Thank you for all our guests. Thank you for all our viewers, and thank you for all the DJs who love us and that we love as well. I pray you bless us tonight and let us have a great night. In Jesus' name, amen.
Yeah, looking forward to a great show starting now. Thank you, God. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. There, see? And even if it's off or whatever, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Everybody has an off night. Everybody has a whatever.
Did I ever tell you about the one time when all the DJs know Serato came out 20-ish years ago now? Did I tell you about that? When I got everybody's like, you got to get the Mac. You got to get the Mac. Because I was running off some little cheap little Dell or whatever, my Serato. And everybody's like, dude, that thing's going to mess up. It's going to crash. And I was like, I don't know, dude. It's got me through the last 6 months. I think it'll be fine. I bought it used on eBay or something like that for $150 or whatever. Mike knows how cheap I can be. And I was like, all right, let me do it. And I was like, all right, I'm just using this to DJ for Serato only. So anyways, everybody's like, you got to get the Mac, bro. You're not, dude, that's everybody's Mac. So even my stepmom was like a big Apple, and she's like, you got to get the Mac. So I'm all right. So I dropped, I don't know how much it was back then, $1,500, and it hurt paying for that. And my first gig, I still remember, it was at K Pasa, where we do Taco Tuesdays with Energy. And I was there. It was me and DJ Andy, rest in peace. And Andy's like, yeah, you hop on and drop a set. And sure enough, dude, right into the first song, my first mix, it just froze up. And anybody knows Mac, it's that little colorful wheel that goes around and around and around. And you're just like, and the whole dance floor, Mike, when a CD would skip or something, everybody would look up at the DJ like, it's full. What's he doing?
Look at Panama being nice. Amen. No one's perfect.
Oh, thank you, Panama. Thank you. So it was that moment of like, crap. So there was one guy, one of my DJ buddies. This was back in Arizona, where was it DJ Polo? I want to say it was. He's like, he hooked me up with a gig, and he even said like, okay, I got my CDs. I got everything there, bro. You can use whatever. So I was all right, but there was one song. It could have been like, I don't know, like Boom Boom Pow, Black Eyed Peas, one of the bangers back then, right? This is like 03, 04.
Yeah.
And sure enough, dude, that one song. Oh, by the way, this song skips, and I found that out the hard way because the dance floor was kind of cracking. It wasn't that busy, thank goodness, but it started skipping, and just like vinyl, dude, it takes you a second to get your next record.
How does it skip?
A CD probably scratched or something, right? So the CD scratched. I'm playing it because it was his deck.
Oh, I thought you were up a Serato. I was like, you're up Serato. How does it scratch?
Yeah, no, this is pre-Serato. And this is even back when I was still in Arizona, in Tucson. And it was skipping. So I was like, crap. So I had to fade it out. And then the guy in the host, the DJ from KRQ, as a matter of fact, just started singing, "Oh, say, can you see?" Started doing the national anthem. And I was like, and everybody's looking like, and then people started putting their hands on their shoulder, on their heart, like, oh, okay.
Really?
And so it saved me, and then they gave me the 20 seconds I needed to get the next CD ready. So it was pretty funny.
Holy cow.
I guess, dude, whenever you have technology, there's always that chance that something's going to go wrong.
Dude, I've had this whole day. Like, my whole day has been this. And I've just kind of learned, like, there's no reason for that. There's no reason to get frustrated by it, like.
Yeah. I'm going to text. Oh, I was going to text Terry and see if he can hop on, like, on his computer. I heard him pop back on right there. Because I know this is a big show. People are really looking forward to this. I mean, Terry Maxwell is also on KNZR, which is the news talk station in town, or one of the stations in Alpha Media.
Well, you want to bring him on?
Let's see if it'll let me. It's like, okay, there it goes.
All right, Terry, you there?
I'm here.
Terry,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah,
Check.
I can hear you just fine.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
Yeah.
All right, so you were telling us about the restaurant, and you were telling us about how
Right.
it got shut down. You were right in the middle of that story.
The
So can you
Paga
start
laws.
that over again? There's lawyers. What do they call them again?
Well, these are trial lawyers, and what they did is they changed the laws. The legislature here in California changed the laws so if you did something wrong on a paycheck or in the way that you kept records for any of your employees, instead of going to the labor board, the lawyers could instead put you in court and sue you for hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I had an employee who had only worked for me for like 4 months. And when I let her go because she was causing just unbelievable chaos at the restaurant, nobody liked her. I had a cook that told me basically he's not coming back until she's gone. So I let her go and sued me because we did not take good enough records. The fact that she took her breaks and ate our food every single day, and we had people who testify to that. But that doesn't matter in these laws. If you don't journalize that well, then they have a right to sue you rather than go to the labor board. We probably owed her maybe at best a couple $1,000 if we didn't keep records proper. But when it really comes right to it, if anything, she owed us money for all the food that she ate. But the offer from her lawyer was that she owed for $150,000.
$150,000?
Ended up only trying. Yeah, and she worked for me for months. So we went ahead and decided that we'd sell the restaurant to limit our liability, and that's what got us out of the restaurant business. And it was great timing because not long after that, COVID hit.
What's the deal with your guys'?
Started working at KNZR as a
What's the deal with your guys'
What's the deal with California? It's crazy.
Yeah, I can't figure this out. So I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and like there seems to be this idea of California from your government, at least, where it's like, hey, do you want to be miserable? Yes. Okay. Well, then come to our state. You'll have wonderful weather, but everything else is going to be miserable. Like, what's that all about?
Well, now don't go too far. Don't you guys have a guy named Fetterman who is now your?
Sure, but guess what? No one's suing me at the two shops I own. Like, yeah, Fetterman's an idiot. Everybody knows Fetterman's an idiot. I could care less that Fetterman's an idiot. Yeah. Rachel Levine is a lady with the wiener. She came from here too. I mean, I can't help what they do in Philadelphia. But I'll tell you this: like, I can raise my children the way I want to. I'm none of my I have Bible study at my shop every Tuesday, at both my shops, with all my employees. And we are not a church or any form of a Christian affiliation.
No, I understand that, and I know what you're saying. I was just kind of giving you a little bit of garbage about the fact that, you know, there is no state that's doing everything 100% the way that we'd like to see them do it. You know, Christianity and the way our way of life is under attack. And while it's not in your state yet, it will get there. And all you have to do is look to California to see exactly what's going on here, because it will be the next thing coming to your state too. We have a governor that is a tyrant. He handled the COVID-19 improperly. They gave him powers that you could not believe, to the point where the big box stores got to stay open and all the mom and pop shops had to be closed. And I mean, that makes no sense whatsoever. I mean, so what? COVID-19 is not available is available in mom and pop stores, but not in big box stores. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But then you also look at the educational system here in California. We spend more money per student than any other state, and we are ranked 40 or 50 every year in terms of the results that we're getting with our students. It's atrocious, and every time you turn around, we are getting taxed one way or another. We also have the highest income tax for individuals. There's a lot of reasons not to live in California, but as you pointed out, this is a religious war. This is an attack on Christianity. And if Adelaide and I aren't willing to stay in California and fight the fight, then who's going to? I mean, are we just going to go ahead and throw in the towel and say,
yeah, I guess
the
you're right,
lines
Terry.
have got to be in the red state?
So yeah, I guess you're right. I didn't think about that.
We know. We know what the problem is here, and you know we fight very hard against it. I do that every day of my life, coming on KNZR from 9 to every day. I have some great guests. Matter of fact, I get some international or some national guests. I've even interviewed Alan Dershowitz once. He was on my show, and we really had a good time. But I get people like Tom Homan. Let's see, who did I have this last week that was? Well, I get David Horowitz, Stephen Moore, just a whole of different people that will come on my show and give a really good evaluation of what they see either in the economy, in law enforcement, the attack on Christianity. I have a pastor by the name of Brandon Holthouse, and he is the lead pastor over at Rock Harbor. It's a remnant. He talks about prophecy and how what we're seeing here in the United States of America right now, especially in California, is all been in the Bible in prophecy, and how it's all playing out exactly as it says in the Bible. So he comes on my show once a day.
No, I knew that was going to happen.
Oh man. I'm getting
so
into it.
good.
I'm getting into
I was
it, man.
totally getting into it. Yeah, I know. I was totally getting into it. But it's
because we've, believe it or not, Terry and I have talked about that. Kind of like, when people are like, I'm moving out of the state. Because my son has a friend, the family moved to Montana, and he was in the oil business.
That place is beautiful.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He works in the oil business. So he's like a project manager for oil companies. So probably making ridiculous money. But I'm sitting there talking to the mom, just kind of like, pretty soon 2035 really is not that far away, and we're not going to be able to sell gas cars anymore, but we got plenty of fuel in the ground, plenty of oil here in California, and you can't, there's no permits. They're not giving out more permits. So you're kind of like, man, what are we going to do? And she just looked at me like, yeah, I don't know what you guys are going to do, but in Montana, we don't even smog the vehicles, and you can get a lifetime registration. I'm thinking like, wait a sec. I was like, man. So and then Terry and I talk about that. It's like, what are we supposed to do? Just bail? You know what I mean? We just leave the state. But Mike, take away the politics of California. It's an awesome place to live.
Dude, there's more than politics there that sucks. Dude, like the traffic's butt.
Oh yeah,
the
true.
Freaking miles of homeless people. Freaking
True.
And don't get it twisted. The politics does suck. And then like insane amounts of gangbangers. Like it's like I understand where Terry's coming from, and I appreciate I appreciate his perspective, where he says, like where like if you're not towing the line, who's going to toe the line? I appreciate that perspective. For me, it's just I'm kind of getting to a place where I almost have to be away from idiots. I don't know how to explain that, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just I'm getting too old for this. I'm getting too old to listen to people tell me nonsense and pretend as though I'm the idiot for not believing in nonsense. Do you guys know what I'm talking about here?
I know what you're saying. And Terry, we're kind of recapping, or I guess we're kind of going down the pros and cons of living in California. The pros, obviously, the weather's pretty solid. I mean, we're in Bakersfield, so it's going to get hot for the summer, but the proximity to the beach is really nice. There's hunting, fishing, camping here. But Mike brought up there's traffic. There's homelessness. That's a big issue. Obviously, who's running it and making the choices for us.
Terry, we can't hear you. He was saying something.
Was he talking?
Yeah, but I can't hear him. Terry, can you hear us? Wow, gangbangers.
Is that what he said?
That's what Cruz said. No, because I mean, come on, like it's not like you don't see it. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm making this up or I watched it on television. I go back to California all the time, and I'm like, oh my God, this is why I'm not here anymore. Nor do I want to be here. And like, here's the thing that I will say this about California: the food is bomb, weather's nice, and the homies that you have there are mad cool. Like my friends there are mad cool. Okay.
But I don't know, dude. It's just even though I wasn't born in California, I've been in California. Obviously, we lived in Arizona for a few years too, but it feels like home, man. And it just there's the tough part. It's like, okay, so people are coming in. Oh, this is what's right. This is how you got to do stuff. This way, it's like, nah, you don't have to. But I'm like, dude, I gotta work. I gotta pay bills. I gotta support the kid. You know what I mean? I just want to live. So you don't have time, which is probably not a good excuse. But you're like, I don't have time to deal with the politics. But when it starts affecting you and your neighborhood, and you know what I mean? If I told you about the time I was at the 99-cent store, me and Cade were in line, and it was 20 people in line. One cash register worker guy, and he's just looking, sweating like, it's just me right now. And then sure enough, some guy just rolls up with a shopping cart full of stuff and just walks right out. Peace. And you're like, what's cool? That guy just stole that whole basket full of stuff. And the employee's just like, what are you? It's just me, bro. They do it all the time. So you can't control those things. But I'm thinking like, there still needs to be somebody to say like, hey, this is the right thing. This is how it needs to go.
I can't figure out what's going on in general anymore. Like I honestly can't figure out what's going on in general. Like, oh look, Rose is here for
what's up, Rose?
This episode. Rose, unfortunately, we've had nothing but technical difficulties, and they're continuing as the shows goes on. We prayed, but apparently I must have
didn't
a lot
pray
of
hard
sins
enough.
I have a lot of sins I didn't ask forgiveness for because these.
Well, let me ask you this:
continue.
let's take Pittsburgh versus San Francisco.
Okay,
San Francisco rent is ridiculously high right now. Crime is out of control. You've got places leaving there, businesses leaving, and you've got, dude, a mall closed down. Their main mall closed down.
They just bailed too. That was the thing. They just turned in the keys.
Bank, you can have it. Dude,
yeah, isn't that crazy?
Dude, a mall that was because Nordstrom's was the main store, I guess, in there. And
there was
Nordstrom's
4
like,
major hotels also that just turned in their keys. It was like the Marriott too. Like, all right, well, I'm done.
They said Whole Foods, was like, yeah, we're leaving, dude. It's just not worth it to be there. And our governor, Gavin Newsom, was like, well, they just picked a bad location. And I'm like, Whole Foods never picks a bad location.
Yeah, it's like Starbucks picking a bad location.
It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
Well,
Cruz says Los Angeles rocks, come hang out. I'll show you the real city of angels. Oh yeah, I forgot, bring a gun.
Yeah. I mean, Cruz, I'm from West Covina, and like I spent plenty of time in Los Angeles, but it's not like okay versus like I don't disagree with what Terry was saying, where like it's coming across. I just am not understanding what are we supposed to be paying attention to here. Like I can't figure out. It's like you all are getting upset with me, and when I say you all, I mean like the insane narrative of the world. You're getting upset with me because I don't agree with you on things that seem kind of normal, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, Terry's texting me. I'm like, try your laptop. So okay, let's see.
Try his cell phone.
Yeah, try.
Cruz says back in the day, I was a private detective in Oakland. That place is dangerous, especially International Boulevard. That's a scary place. I've never been to Oakland. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been to San Francisco, but I was only there on a radio conference, so I didn't really get to see any of the parts that normal people would see.
Oakland. Well, that's where the Raiders are from.
That's where
I would assume that place is dangerous. Does that
MC
mean to
Hammer's
say?
from there, dude?
MC, yeah, see,
that's right. E40's from there.
E40's from the area. He's from Vallejo, which is right around there. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, really? I didn't know. I didn't know that there was. I thought Oakland was this thing. Wait a minute. I just wrote that. I just said that, but I didn't say that. What up, G Boog? I love your new profile picture. I love G Boogie's new pro. G Boogie is the most gracious Facebook friend anyone could have. If you guys
He's the
want
homie,
someone,
dude.
yeah, if you want somebody to give you a thumbs up on your Facebook, add G Boogie to your Facebook, man. G Boogie makes you feel good on Facebook, and then he puts cool stuff on Facebook too. But anyway,
And I was gonna say, G Boogie, I played your. He sent me a audio message on Instagram or Facebook, and actually played it on the air. So hopefully you heard it. Was it today or yesterday or the day before? It was this week. I know.
nobody listens to the radio anymore, Adley. What are you talking?
I'll have to send you an air check.
Put it on your Facebook. But anyways, yeah. So it's like I'm not trying to be political or mean. However, I don't think it's wrong for little boys to compete, to work, to be strong and be strong men and take care of their families and provide for their families and be the leader of their families. I don't think that's wrong. I don't think that's patriarchal. I don't think that's racist. I think that's just normal. What do you think, Ad?
I think that, yeah, I think I would be happy if people were just like, I just want to work. I just want to pay my bills. I just want to, come home and, have dinner with the family. And you know what I mean? Simple. I think simple's okay.
Well, do you think, I guess here's my question for you. Do you think that society is finally pushing back on all this woke stuff? Like, look what's happening with Target, and it's moving on to Starbucks and Budweiser beer. What do you think?
I think, yeah, that's one way people can I don't want to, I guess, fight back in a way, but with your money, it's like, okay, if Target bothered you with all the LGBTQ clothes or the tuck, what was it? The swimsuit with the tuck,
swimsuit
tuck
with the
pocket,
wiener
whatever.
tucker. Yeah, like
That
you could
one,
tuck your wiener in with the
it's like,
swimsuit. Yeah, like, but and it was for children.
and it was for kids. So if that bothers you, I think, which it should, then don't shop there. And they're feeling that stuff. All these companies are like, wait, we're losing money because we took a political stance, as you should. I don't want it either way. That extreme one way or extreme the other way. Let me just go in and get my toilet paper. Let me buy a big screen TV for cheap and let me bounce. Don't put any t-shirts with any political messages in front where I'm walking by, because
it's not political though. It's LGBTQ.
nasty.
Like,
Yeah,
like I'm not saying it's nasty. It's hey, if that's what your lifestyle is, that's fair. I'm not mad. That's not something I'm trying to stop. However, at the same time, it's not something I think I want on the children.
No, I totally agree with you. That's where it gets nasty to me. It's like, this is not your place to tell my kids how to be, how to behave, how to sexually orientate themselves. It's like, no, leave that there. But back to the main point, though, people have a problem with a store, then don't shop there. And that's what these places are seeing. They're like, whoa, maybe we did cross a line.
Are you
maybe
familiar
we did
with
go too far
with what the ESG score is?
No, what's the ESG score? What's up, Danny P?
So an ESG score. Danny P says that popcorn is bomb though. The popcorn is legit.
The popcorn at Target?
Over at Target. Yeah, he's right though. He is right. But that's old school,
right.
Danny. I don't even know if they still have popcorn at Target unless you go to like an older Target. Because I feel like now Target just has Starbucks in it.
Oh yeah, they do have Starbucks there, huh?
Yeah, I feel like they have Starbucks. Maybe they still do have popcorn. I'm trying to picture the last time I went to Target. I haven't been there for a minute.
I haven't been forever. And because Walmart is right around the corner. So I'm like, yeah, it's closer. That's where I'm going. And usually Walmart's actually cheaper.
I go to Target though, like if I have to pick up something really quick and I'm at work. And that's usually when I send you those pictures where I have a big what are those things called? The
big
Frappuccino.
mocha.
Yeah, like the $12 Frappuccino. I'll get the biggest one just to annoy you. And then I'll take a picture of it.
It annoys me because I'm not paying over $5 for a cup of coffee, period.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of things that I'll pay for that you won't pay for, but that particular thing, you hate Starbucks and don't want to admit it, and so I always like to mess with you on it. However, now that and here's the thing: if it's Asian American Month and the two Asian people who have the only Asian podcast didn't know it was Asian American Month,
it's us.
I shouldn't know when Gay Month is. Like, you know what I mean? But everybody knows when Gay Month is, man. They push that like hardcore.
That is true. That is, you hear all about it and stuff too. So, but
Dude,
I agree with you in the sense, like, if you're gonna live your lifestyle the way you want to live it, by all means, do that.
Changing subjects real quick. I saw the best movie this week, and you got to watch it. Do you have Hulu?
Do I? I haven't watched Hulu forever. I gotta see. Maybe
They just put out this movie called Flamin' Hot.
I want to see that. Danny P was talking about that.
Dude, Sherilyn
Yes.
said it's her favorite movie. It's
Really?
it's literally the best Mexican American movie I've ever seen in my life.
Those
Like-
that don't know, what's it about?
It's about the Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Flaming
So-
Hot Cheetos. Yes,
yeah,
I want
so-
to see that.
So the guy who invented the Flaming Hot Cheetos, but he grew up in the Inland Empire. Oh
Really?
wait, hold on a sec. Let's see what Cruz says now. I do have a problem with all the stores. That's why I only shop at Mercado Latino. But
Mercado Latino, yeah.
that's where I get my toilet paper and tequila. Yeah, see, look at Sherilyn said, yeah, it's my favorite movie for sure.
I love Mercado Latino. Hey, you know what? Why I love Mercado Latino? Okay, now if we have like a day off or something, like I got a Monday off, but it's one of those holidays you're like, well, it's kind of half the people have it off. I'm like, let's hit a Mercado Latino and get some of those pupusas because they got the bomb Salvadoran spots, dude. Woo.
Apparently, there's not a lot of LGBTQ that shop at that Mercado Latino, but
Mercado Latino's awesome.
but yeah, the movie. So it's set in the Inland Empire in like the 1980s. And the guy grows up in San Bernardino, and he invents the Flamin' Hot Cheeto. But my God, dude, I'm telling you, it's such. I cried 3 times in that movie, and a lot of the actors from Blood In and Blood Out are in the movie. It is just. I'm telling you right now, it's the best movie I've seen. God, I can't even tell you how long, because it's a religious movie, but it's not corny. Like, it's not a Kirk Cameron movie, but like it is a religious movie. And I'm pretty sure the guy's a strong Christian. Like, you got to see the movie, dude. Flamin' Hot. And everybody out there who's watching this show right now, or as soon as this show's over, go watch Flamin' Hot.
DM me your password to Hulu so I can log in.
I don't even know if I know my password to Hulu, to be honest.
Yeah, what's it said? I don't remember. Yeah, that stuff better be pre-programmed to lock in right when I go in. But it's about hot Cheetos too, like the making of hot Cheetos too, right?
It's about the guy who made the hot Cheetos. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
And
But it talks about them coming out too. That's a part of the story too, right?
sort of, like, you got to see the movie, dude. Like, I'm telling
John
you right now.
Leguizamo's in it.
Is Leguizamo in that one?
I think so. I felt like I saw him on the preview.
I don't know if he's in
Maybe
that
I
one,
do
dude.
have Hulu.
I don't think he is. I think it's only Mexican actors. Like,
Oh,
that's
okay.
another reason why I really respected the film, because my beef with Hollywood is that there's not enough Mexican actors. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
65% of the country is Mexican, and you always have a Cuban guy or Puerto Rican guy playing a Mexican guy.
Interesting. That's right. Yeah.
It always bothers me. Cruz wanted to say what's up to Danny P. Look at this.
You're getting the comments before I am.
Yeah, I always get the comments before you do, but I don't normally have my mouse on my leg, so I don't want to reach over and put them up. This is my lazy trick that you haven't known for 2 years, Adley. My mouse is so far away that I don't want to reach for it. But
It's going to put you in a weird position.
maybe, yeah, it does. It always does. I just got to send you another tower. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Dude, I'm telling you, bro, this has just been my day. But I kind of gotten to a place where I recognize when the devil's trying to mess with me, and I'm just like, Lord, what can you do? Because Adley, realistically, think about it, man. Both of us are beyond blessed, and you know what? Everybody watching right now, I just want you all to know, me and Adley 100% appreciate it. Don't you agree with me, Adley?
Agree. Yes, definitely.
Because a couple
There's
years,
no place I'd rather be than right here, right now.
now your face isn't even moving at all.
Really?
Oh wait,
Oh,
maybe
dude.
it is. Are you texting somebody or something?
Wait, I'm texting. Terry said he didn't get the link, so I'm like, dude, I'm going to re-email it again.
Oh, okay.
It's just been that day. It's been that kind of day with the whole technological stuff. And back to Cruz real quick. Cruz, didn't you used to be a security guard at one of the clubs?
I don't know. This is what he just said. I can't wait to come down to Baco and check out the Michelada Festival. I'm going to get tore up. Hopefully see you guys there. Peace out. Love. Cruz, I don't live there, unfortunately, but I wasn't aware there is a Michelada Festival. And if I did know that, I would like Adley to invite me to it. But last time I was there, we only got to catch up with a couple people because it was a flyby, huh, Adley?
Yeah, it was a quick one with kids too, so it's a little different.
Yeah, and an electric car. Freaking Gavin Newsom. Thanks, Gavin Newsom.
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna get tore back. Hopefully, see you guys there. Okay, Cruz. I feel like Cruz was a security guard at one of our spots too, where I DJ'd. Jesse Garcia, Annie Gonzalez, Emilio Rivera. Okay.
Panama is Emilio Rivera the dad that was also in Blood In and Blood Out? Like there's that. I don't know the actor's name, but he's like when you see him, you're like, oh, you're the famous Cholo who's not Danny Trejo. Like if you see him, you've seen him in 100 movies, but I don't know his name. But he plays the father in the movie. I'm telling you right now, Adley, that movie. I don't know if I've ever seen a movie like that before in my whole life.
I want to see it.
You know what it was? It was Eva Longoria produced
yes,
it, and she's
I heard about
Mexican-American.
that. That's right.
Yeah, she's Mexican American. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe we just need more Mexican Americans in. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what he's in. He's the Mayans. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay.
But he's also in like those old school movies. Like
that's what I thought. Okay,
and all that stuff.
Yeah, Cruz did security. That's where I remember you from. I was like, yeah. Cruz, that's right.
But yeah, I mean, one way or another, I'm telling you, you have to see this movie. It's like, and I'm saying everyone should see this movie. And this is the kind of movies that should be seen. And I hope that it blows up. I hope this movie blows the doors off the walls so that they recognize that America wants to see two things: movies about Mexican American people and movies about your faith, because that's what this movie is about, bro.
Okay.
Well, and also,
I want to see it.
There's also like a cool racial equality point to it, bro. I'm telling you, man, the whole thing. It's just
all around
film.
Awesome
yeah,
movie.
It's just a wonderful film, and you can watch it with the kids. Like you could show it at church. It's just a great film, and it was so well written. That Eva Longoria, man, I didn't really, I never watched any of that Desperate Housewives or whatever. What was she? Is that what she was called?
Yes.
I never watched none of that, so I always thought she was a nobody and a worthless personally because of the filth, flarn, perversion she was on. But she did produce a good movie with this Flamin' Hot, and if you guys haven't seen it, if you guys haven't seen it, wait to get to do it. But anyways, I want to get back to this. I've had this day that every single thing that could go wrong that wouldn't hurt me, that would just annoy me, has happened.
Yeah.
And I just realized it's like, bro, like we're 50 years old. We've been friends for almost 30 years. And we get to have a podcast every week that all these nice people watch. And we have, I don't want to say countless, but a lot of followers on YouTube and TikTok, and our Facebook's coming up. Like, annoying things are going to happen. You agree?
Yeah. Sherlyn says the movie also shows a strong marriage between a man and a woman.
That is true. Yeah.
Okay.
It shows a strong father. It shows, it's what America needs. I'm telling you right now, that Flamin' Hot movie is what America needs.
Did you cry more in Flamin' Hot or Boys in the Hood?
Flamin' Hot. I cried more in Flamin' Hot than I've ever cried in any movie.
In any movie?
More than Passion of the Christ.
The Notebook?
Do you believe I've seen The Notebook?
Yes.
No?
We don't watch that. You don't watch that?
You believe incorrectly.
Brokeback Mountain.
I saw that right at the same time I was about to see The Notebook. I'm telling you,
there's a lot of crying. I've heard there's a lot of crying in those movies, though.
In Brokeback Mountain, I'm sure there's a lot of crying. There's a lot of screaming. Wow, that hurts. That's what it is. All right. All right. So here's my thing. Do you think that society is finally getting to a place where this giant wave is going to splash back over? Because, dude, here's the point. We're at a place now where even the news doesn't tell the truth.
Yes, we're definitely at a point where I don't trust the news no matter what channel it is. Which I guess even when you thought it was all true, you shouldn't have trusted it. You should always question everything. Is that safe to say?
I mean, I don't know if you should question everything, but my thing is it's like when you know the story, like the story's obvious, father gets upset about teacher teaching his children about LGBTQ, right? Father's upset because a 6-year-old's being taught about LGBTQ. Then the news says the story and it's anti-trans Trump supporter attacks teacher, film at 11. It's like that's not the story though.
That's not how yeah. Oh yeah. Because you can twist any story to fit your agenda. Pretty much.
But it seems to me that that's the only way they're twisting the story at this stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems like every time anybody goes, "Hey, look, can I ask a question? What we're doing with with these hormones and the kids and whatnot?" All of a sudden, they're the bad guy.
Yeah. Do you think when Trump gets arrested, do you think it's going to go crazy?
I have no idea what's going on with that. Like, I don't because
It's
it seems
crazy.
like, well, it also seems like if you're a politician, you don't get to get arrested, doesn't it? Or like a president or something. Like maybe a politician. I can't tell. I mean, because they all seem like criminals to me. And I know I've told you this for years, but aren't you starting to notice it more and more now?
Yes. I feel like I'm more aware, but at the same time, more frustrated, and which is turning into, dude, whatever I do is not going to matter anyways.
Well, I don't think that. I think that, like, I think if we just all open up and just are like, this is how I feel, because think this through. If you or I are talking about, like, look, man, we don't want LGBTQ taught to our children, and then people call us bigots for it, right? And it's like, I don't understand why I'm a bigot for this. But then you're starting to see these companies getting boycotted. And it's not like the news is saying, hey, boycott this, or you're getting a letter in the mail saying, hey, boycott this. It's just an organic boycott of people saying, hey, guess what? Mike and Adlai aren't the only two that feel that way. In fact, the majority of America feels that way. And if you think we're lying, go to your beer store, state store, liquor store, gas station, and see which aisle is still filled with beer.
That's true. Yeah. Still see what's still on the shelves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting, but it's
see
true.
what's on the shelves, even when you try to sell it for 2 cases for $1 or whatever. You get where I'm going? Like, and so Cruz says it's AI. AI is what's probably.
I saw a story about that. There's news that's like fighting the AI because AI, and we already know there's AI. There was an AI DJ up in Portland they're experimenting with, where she's actually doing the radio, doing the talk breaks, doing it all, and it's AI. I don't personally, as a DJ, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think I like it, but if I need a day off, throw my AI in to run the show for me. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't do that.
But I don't.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm trying to figure out what the advantage is.
If I need a day off, I'm finding someone who doesn't do very good breaks and can't hit the post, and
someone that's not as good as me.
Exactly. That's what I'm finding. Not a robot that's programmed to be better than me. What, are you gonna go fight the Terminator next, dude? Hey, Terminator, come on down, dude. My buddy Adlai called you a P word. Go ahead, Adlai, take him.
Oh yeah, that would be crazy. But with the AI thing, and Cruz was saying AI, it's they're worried about the news getting with AI. Man, I'll have to find that article, but they're worried about AI not just taking over, but just replacing them. And this is the point. They're worried about AI putting those twists on the news story where they don't know what's true and what's false. But I'm thinking, like, who do you trust more? An AI computer or a human being?
Dude, if your replacement AI does well, then there goes your job. Almost
Panama
said, I didn't say that.
No, you said it, and then now the comments finally coming up. Okay. Now, that's not untrue, which, you know what I mean? It's not untrue. AI could replace your job, but dude, a factory worker, right? When they said, oh, they got mechanical robots, filling boxes at Amazon or whatever, it's like, okay, there's one less job we got for humans. But if it works, it works. They already use DJ AI in Vegas. A countdown, is that at a club or is that like on the air on a radio station?
Here's okay. So it's the AI. It's like all this scary stuff, right? Aliens, like all this scary stuff. But my real problem is that there's not like a sincere answer to questions that are super weird. You know, like anytime you're like, dude, you guys are trying to get all this super weirdness pushed on me to the point where if I'm like, hey, this is a little bit weird, you say you're offended. And it's like, dude, how long does it have to be before I can tell you, Adelaide, don't wear pumps, don't wear women's stilettos, don't wear, you know what I mean? Like if you came in, you were wearing women's stilettos, you know, high heel shoes, and I'm like, dude, that's freaking weird. You can't be mad at me for saying that, can you?
First of all, they hurt my feet, so I probably wouldn't wear those very often. But no, but Prince wore heels.
Yeah, he's weird, dude.
That's weird. You know what? Again, there's a time and place maybe for stuff like that, and it's, you know, not on a normal day to day. You know what I mean? But yeah, Mike's known me forever, and me and Mike actually, well, we had gay friends. We knew drag queens, and Mike, I'd go to the shows just kind of like because we knew him and stuff, whatever. Mike was a little more hesitant to go to those things, which whatever, but there's a place for it. It's not reading to third graders at a school. It's not there. You know what I mean?
I don't disagree with you, but where I'm confused is, why does that make you a hate person for saying that? You see where I'm going? Like, why would you be called a hate person? Because you just said a simple sentence of, hey, guess what? I don't think that you should have a man dressed as a woman at my kid's school. Why is that a hate crime? Why is that? You know what I mean?
It shouldn't be. They shouldn't just jump to the conclusion like, oh, you're a transphobe. Oh, you're whatever. Ist. You know what I mean? Just, yeah, there's a place for it, and it's not here. It's not in front of my kids. Yeah.
Well, and I don't mind if someone else wants it in front of their kids. If that's what you want for your kids, I think that's the problem. The problem is it's like this. Here's the actual problem. My idea has always been, hey, listen, whatever you'd like to believe in, I respect that you believe in it. If you can make a decent argument as to why you believe in it, even if I don't believe in it, I will respect that you believe in it. Okay. Now, my whole life I felt that way. But my whole life, when I'd say that, people would go, yeah, but I don't believe in this or I don't believe in that. And it's like, all right, but you're going to have a problem when we start getting to this place where you're not allowed to say what you actually believe in. Do you understand what I mean?
That's what nobody wants. That's what nobody wants. Yeah. When you start regulating on that stuff. Let's see. Oh, we got to go to let's see.
Countdown. See what Countdown said?
Should have their own channel like BET. Most people don't want to see HIV commercials with gay couples kissing. Again, fair enough. You know, that's fair.
Well, should they show that commercial during a kid's movie?
Right. It should.
No, I'm
that's
asking.
Not the place. That's not the place for it.
I saw it on Peacock on a kids' TV program or movie or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, man. Or maybe it was like Everybody Hates Chris or something. You know what I mean? Like,
really? Huh.
But I don't want this to turn into the Chino brothers or hateful or whatever. I'm not hateful. I'm this. If you can make a proper argument, bro, I have plenty of friends that are Muslim. You know what I mean? And obviously I'm Christian. And it's like, okay, I don't believe what you believe about the creator, but I recognize that you believe what you believe about the creator. And I also recognize that you want to live a righteous life in front of the creator. So I can respect that. You see where I'm going?
I get it. Yep. I agree.
You know, but if the answer is, hey man, explain to me why you have beliefs in, and you go ahead and name it, religion or creed, and the answer back to me is, well, how dare you ask that? You're a bigot. It's like, all right, bro, why are we doing this? This is silly.
Yeah, it makes no sense. I am going to email real quick, Terry. We still got another 20 minutes at least. And we got some really good news stories that I really want to hear his opinion on. I know my computer's acting just not right today.
I know, but dude, it doesn't matter. The show must go on, bro.
The show
Like
must go
PT
on.
Barnum says. But if you want to email him or call him or whatever, we can have him back on and maybe, I don't know. Did you do a test with him? Or was this a
No? Well, we do StreamYard every day. We do the system every day at work. So I was like, okay, this should be no problem. But then I was like, ugh, obviously that didn't work. I'm gonna try it because he's saying he's not getting my emails with the link. So I'm gonna try. I don't know if it'll matter from here. It probably won't. Okay.
Well,
one more.
you
Another try.
you can keep trying it while I keep bringing up other topics for us to discuss.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, so that's the thing with me is like, bro, I'm not mad at anybody. I don't care what your agenda is, but the ESG score, Adley, is this, dude.
Oh yeah. I
So
want to hear this.
so now there's these large funding houses like JP Morgan and stuff. And so you have to have a good ESG score, which means you have to be environmentally good, renewably energy good, and like non-hateful good or inclusive good. I think it's called inclusive good. And if you don't have a good ESG score from those three perspectives, then you won't get lent money.
That's crazy.
That's why these companies are doing this.
But you're kind of like, okay, we need money because we're running out of money because we're in a recession, but nobody wants to admit it. People aren't spending money, but we need money to support our company. How can we get money from the government? Oh man, I wish Terry was on here. We were talking about something very similar.
Oh, he'd know about the ESG score. Trust me.
Yeah.
If Terry comes on, he'll tell you all about the ESG score. But that's the thing is who's telling the banks that has to be part of the ESG score? That's the part I don't get is like, I don't understand why this agenda is so powerful, but I don't want to beat this dead horse, man. And obviously we already talked about the Flamin' Hot movie. So why don't you give me one of them news stories and hopefully we'll be reading it while Terry eventually comes back. And if he doesn't, oh, well, it is what it is. I got to hang out with a good buddy of mine and 11 of my closest friends who are Chino brother fans.
Nice. Agreed. Okay. Oh man, it's so good. Okay. We talked about the AI thing. AI poses new threats to newsrooms and they're taking action. We kind of touched on that a little bit. Okay, this is kind of interesting. Biden pushes Ticketmaster and SeatGeek to show the junk fees up front. Because Mike, I felt like I've argued this point forever. Whatever ticket agency you use, why are those service charges so expensive? So they're trying to have you see all the fees up front, and Biden's actually pushing for it. Al Pacino officially becomes a father at age 83. Interesting. Our buddy Demi Lovato admits she uses she and her pronouns again because policing they them was absolutely exhausting. So we need a reason to feel bad for Demi, I think. Here's another interesting one. Garth Brooks befriends the fallen angel in the lowest place. And just to give you a hint, it's he's talking about Bud Light and Dylan Mulvaney on that one. So that's kind of interesting.
That is really interesting.
This is just gross. Doctors in Sri Lanka remove the world's largest kidney stone, and it's the size of a grapefruit.
Wow.
Man, there's so many good ones for Terry. Bud Light is not the best-selling beer in America for the first time in 2 decades. I bring that one up because I wonder if anybody can tell me what the new number one is.
Is it Modelo?
We'll have to see. It's in the story, I think.
Whoa,
now, one more.
Adley.
Oh, huh?
You're even. Your computer works.
It's working now?
Yeah.
Give it time. It'll mess up here in a second.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Just kidding. Thank you, Jesus.
Okay.
And the last story I picked up, Bills. Beyonce blamed for Sweden's shock rise in inflation.
Beyonce blamed. All right, come on, give me that one.
You want to go Beyonce?
Yeah, because nobody wants to hear us complain no more about the society. They already know society sucks. All right, go ahead.
All right. U.S. superstar Beyonce is said to be behind the surprisingly high inflation that occurred in Sweden last month. Now, inflation in the country fell below 10% in May, according to official stats, but was still higher than expected. Now, while a decrease in electricity and food prices contributed to the lower inflation rate of 9.7%, down from 10.5% in April, Statistics Sweden said that costs of hotel and restaurants visits rose. Now there's an economist, Michael Grant. He believes that the launch of Beyonce's Renaissance World Tour in Stockholm on May 10th could be behind it. Quote, I wouldn't blame Beyonce for the high inflation print, but her performance and global demand to see her perform in Sweden apparently added a little to it. Now, last month, Visit Stockholm described the boom in tourism in the country as the Beyonce effect. According to the agency's press officer, Bridget Palmer, visitors from U.S., Germany, and the UK accounted for the largest number of bookings in the city in May, apparently taking advantage of lower ticket prices and the weak Swedish currency. Now, Beyonce literally rides her disco horse into the distance, leaving in her wake the thousands left marveling at her musical and visual voyage they've been a part of. So,
Dude,
she's the reason.
Sure. Here's the problem. These tickets are super expensive. So right now, I saw Chris Urbanek today, right? And I should have asked him. It would have been cool to have him on the show because right now he's driving for Taylor Swift.
Really?
Yeah, because you know how he's a bouncer,
security guy, right?
Yeah. So he's like I think it was like 10 years ago he drove for Taylor Swift when she wasn't that popular, maybe 20 years ago now.
Yeah.
And he's just a big guy. He keeps his mouth shut. He doesn't fan out, and he knows where he can find everything in Pittsburgh. Everything, no matter what you're looking for, Chris knows where it's at. So she's always requested him every time she comes to town.
Cool.
All right. Here's the thing. You know how much your tickets are?
I'm going to say the cheap seats are $1,000.
500.
Cheap seats are 500.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're reselling right now for 24,000 on the bootleg market.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So Chris was there, right? And then a lady came in the shop to buy her vape, and she works at the arena, at the hockey arena. So I was like, "Oh, Chris, you're probably gonna see Jamie tomorrow because she works at the arena." And he's like, "Why would I be at the arena?" I was like, "Because the Taylor Swift concert." He's like, "Oh no, it's Heinz Field, Mike." And I was like, "Heinz Field where the Steelers play?" And he's like, 2 nights sold out.
That's insane.
$500 a ticket, and that's for the cheapos, like you said.
And that's if you got them like a minute after they went on sale.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sold out like in an hour, probably even less than that.
Yeah, and here's my only problem. That's not far from my house, and I can't stand traffic.
What night is that? That's coming up?
I mean, apparently it's this week because Chris is working the concert. You know what I mean? I bet you it's tomorrow. I bet you it's Friday and Saturday.
Oh, man. Yeah, I wouldn't leave the house.
Dude, she flies in private, too.
Oh, my gosh, dude. That's going to be insane. So, and the seating capacity's got to be 70, 80,000 people.
I have no idea, but it's where the Steelers play, bro. It's giant.
Oh, my gosh, dude. And she sold it out twice.
Yeah.
She sold out SoFi, where the Rams and Chargers play out here. That's got to be 80,000 people, I bet, if not more.
I thought she was playing at PPG Paints Arena. Like arena, I mean, that's impressive to me. That's where Fall Out Boy played. Apparently, they're not as popular as Taylor Swift.
Not as popular as Taylor Swift. Dude, people would kill for those tickets then. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, Chris said they used to get 10 pairs of free tickets, but they stopped doing that.
Yeah, they're like, this is way too big. Way too big. So if you man, that'd be a good investment. That's what we should have bought. Some Taylor Swift tickets and flipped those.
Yeah, I guess.
What if Sachi wanted to go?
I would be like, well, let me get you a virtual reality goggles and you can pretend you're there. Like, Woo. I don't like, first of all, no, I don't care if I wanted to go. Bro, I just went to Hawaii for way less money than that.
You took the whole family to Hawaii for less money than that.
Yeah, and I spent a week in LA. You know what I mean? Like, no way.
24 grand for one ticket.
When are we gonna have a recession around here and get people to start acting right? I can't figure it out.
Yeah, where are people getting this money from? That's crazy.
I have no idea.
That's crazy.
All right. Well, I don't think Terry's coming back, dude. So why don't we do 2 more stories and then kill it? I got plenty of DJ Countdown left for OnlyFans or OnlyFans.
DJ Countdown was fun, and at the mud volleyball, he's taller than I thought he was.
How tall is Countdown?
He's like 6'2", probably, I think. 6'3".
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I was like, oh, dude. Yeah. Well, when people are sitting, I guess you don't really realize that. And I'm like, man,
you guys got to check out Countdown's TikTok channel too. It's really clever.
I watched him. Yeah, I've watched him. He did a couple.
It's really clever,
isn't tutorials. Huh?
Yeah. Like
they're pretty cool, man.
But it's like if you're a young DJ and you just watch Countdown stuff, it like it's not going to catapult your career, but it will help you not have problems.
Yeah. 6'4". Oh, he's 6'4".
Yeah, everybody watching, go watch Countdown's TikTok. Countdown, I always repost yours because I run.
Yeah, I saw that. It said Chino Brothers reposted. I was like, oh,
yeah,
nice.
all the Chino Brothers reposted too. It was like Chino Brothers
cool.
8, the Chino Brothers 6, Chino Brothers 4.
Countdown, we're gonna help you blow up on TikTok.
Yeah, because what's his name? Because Clever already blew up, dude. Clever's lowriders. Everybody loves watching them, dude.
That's cool stuff.
All right, give me one more story, then
okay.
Let's get out of here. How about that?
Okay, let's see here. Man,
Adley, one way or another,
it
was nice hanging out with you tonight. I'll say that.
As always, dude. It sure is. Yeah,
I appreciate that you say always.
Yeah,
as always.
Yeah. I'll admit too. I'm like, oh yeah, that's tonight. Like, because you'll think about doing something.
I get excited.
I get pumped when I start thinking about it.
It's always the best part of my week, to be totally honest with you. That's why, like, when we have technical difficulties, that's why it frustrates me because I'm like, this is my cocaine. This is my happiness. I don't want to say cocaine, but you know,
dude,
I mean,
I'm torn, dude. Demi Lovato, we could really make fun of her. Garth Brooks, I'm kind of shocked though. So
dude, are you really, bro? Go for it. Let's do the Garth Brooks. Go for it.
See what this is about too.
Well, on top of it, you've gotten back to normal again. You've gotten even with your mouth again, dude. So I'm like, all right, maybe
again, okay.
Oh no, it just stopped. All right, go ahead.
It's still mad glitchy, but it was working fine yesterday when I was putting in the show and everything.
It is
okay.
What it
so
you know what I mean?
This is more of an op-ed though. You know what?
Go for it.
Let me read it. Okay, so this guy, I'm reading what this guy, Jason Whitlock, says, and it's an op-ed, so it's his opinion. But there's some stuff we can pull out of it though. Now, diversity, equity, and inclusion are the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit of America's corporate-backed new religion. I can kind of see that. Garth Brooks is one of the religion's most popular evangelists. The country singer has long professed an allegiance to Christianity. Back when album and CD covers still mattered, Brooks always made it a point to thank God. He'd even go the extra step of referencing Jesus Christ. The Bud Light Dylan Mulvaney controversy has made it clear that Brooks has a spiritual friend in a very low place. The man who has sold more albums than everyone except the Beatles worships the false god of diversity and inclusion. Again, this is an op-ed, you guys. I'm just reading it. Right?
Remember, Adley says that.
Right, yeah. But last week, during an interview with Billboard Live, Brooks criticized the consumers and country music artists who have stopped buying, drinking, and serving Bud Light over the brand's decision to partner with Mulvaney, the popular male actor claiming to be a woman. Brooks, who this summer is opening a honky tonk on Nashville's Broadway party strip, declared his bar would serve Bud Light.
Does this guy want to go broke too? Like, what are you doing, dude? Just stay out of it.
That's what I would have done. But he says, quote, if you're an a-hole, there are plenty of other places on Lower Broadway. Earlier this week, facing backlash from country music fans and witnessing Bud Light's unabated freefall, Brooks doubled down and clarified his reasoning for supporting the embattled beer company. Quote, I think diversity is the answer to the problems that are here and the answer to the problems that are coming. So I love diversity, all inclusive, so all are welcome. I understand that might not be other people's opinions, but that's okay, man. Diversity is the answer to America's problems.
I don't. It's not diversity. How about that?
That's not what the issue is here, is what you're saying.
No, I'm saying it's not. Diversity is diversity is racial diversity, dude. I don't give a crap what anybody says anymore. It just is what it is. Well, I'll say this. I did see a video, I think, that was talking about this week, and I think I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Okay.
Let's see.
And you think about, just to expand on that, Garth Brooks opening a place called, it's a bar called Friends in Low Places in Nashville. Do you think it's going to be busy?
What's that?
Are people going to
Adley?
go to his bar?
I don't think they are. Like, I honest to God think that it's like, okay, guess what? Now you're on the list of people we don't like.
It's going to be interesting to see how this affects him, because and we weren't country guys, but I remember in the 90s when Garth Brooks was out on the University of Arizona campus, you had the ag house, that kind of fraternity house for farm guys.
Yeah.
Dude, they got me to DJ one time, and they're super nice guys. But I was like, dude, I'm a hip hop guy, He's all, look, we got a ton of CDs. We'll just tell you what to play in between. I'm all right. So in between Baby Got Back and Rump Shaker, they'd give me songs, and it'd be a lot of Garth Brooks. And you could see everybody knew Garth Brooks back in the 90s and how huge he was. And, like it said in this article, he's pro-Christian. He's a Christian. And he's never fared away from that. But
well, let's see. Here's a video that I think is talking about that. Let's see if I'm right or not.
I'm going to be the best girlfriend ever.
Wow, Bud Light's new OnlyFans campaign is lit.
There you go, folks. If you want to see the Chino brothers, tune into TikTok. Tune into TikTok and watch the Chino brothers, folks. You'll see plenty of that. I don't know, dude. Garth Brooks. I mean, he's. Oh my gosh! Did you see? Put up what Countdown just called him.
Oh, it's so slow. He's the white Vicente Fernandez.
That's pretty good.
Not
though,
far
dude.
from the truth. That's pretty darn close.
I know. I think he's pretty good. Well, now here's the $1 million question, though. Where do you think they sell more like cowboy boots, at a Vicente Fernandez concert or a Garth Brooks concert?
Ooh.
Where do you think they sell more Stetson hats too?
Belt buckles.
I'd be willing to bet that if you're at a Vicente Fernandez concert, that they sell more expensive boots to people than they do at a Garth Brooks concert.
I believe it. You're going to get the alligator skin, the ostrich skin, like the really fancy stuff. Mercado Latino.
That's where
fancy stuff. That's what Cruz was talking about.
No, Countdown say they sell more than both those concerts would.
Well,
I feel bad, man. Everybody came in today for poor old
Terry Maxwell, T-Max.
Yeah, Terry, and we tricked you all into watching us, but we had a good time.
So, yeah, we'll get them back on, but I'll do a Wi-Fi check. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I do usually do like a test with everybody.
We're meeting on
Tuesday.
We're meeting on Tuesday, right, Adley? Are we going to meet on Tuesday?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because then we can either figure out if your laptop's plug in that laptop I sent you between now and then.
Try that one. Okay.
Well,
okay.
Just so you'll have a backup. You got where I'm going?
Yeah. Okay.
Because you can plug everything into that you have plugged into that desktop. But I wouldn't. And then because if Tuesday your desktop somehow it just glitched and it's working, then okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like, how hot is that room right now?
It's I got the AC on. I don't know.
Okay.
But it did warm up. We did have a little heat streak today.
Like, there might be a million things that happen. You know what I mean? And Tuesday it might just be like, boop, that was it. And it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Or it might be, hey man, guess what? We've been doing this for 2 years. You've been doing it on the computer for a year. That one it's time to get a new one. You know?
Yeah. I wonder.
All right.
I wonder.
Are we going to do the Demi Lovato story, or what was the other one that you said you wanted to do? I can't remember.
Let me see. Was it the Bud Light not being the #1 beer?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
No, there was another one. Demi Lovato. I don't know. I don't care if
Al
we do Demi
Pacino,
Lovato.
dad at new father at 83.
Nah, let's do the beer one. Go ahead.
Okay. Bud Light. This is kind of a fun guessing game, so you guys can guess. Put your answer, what you think the new #1 beer is, because I don't think. What subscriber login? What is this?
Oh,
dude. Oh, I got scammed, bro.
Scammed us.
I saw the article earlier, but
I think they'll think it's.
Guess what?
It's Modelo.
Guess what website? I can Google it and find it on a different website. Take that.
Take that website.
Look at that. Boom. Just found another article. So, okay.
Oh, dude, Nehemiah's crushing so much in football now ever since you've been praying for him.
That's awesome, dude. I'm happy,
Seriously,
man.
Thank you so much for your prayers too, dude. Like, they really mean a lot.
Dude, that's awesome. He's doing great, man. Yeah, no problem. No problem. And are people typing in the comments what the new #1 beer in the United States is?
No, I don't know if anybody is. They're probably just like, come on, guys, just tell us and wrap up the show.
Okay.
I came here for Terry Maxwell, and I had to listen to Mike and Adley this whole time.
I'm stuck with these two.
Yeah. I never heard of these guys. I just wanted to see Terry Maxwell.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Well, here's the story. After more than 2 decades as America's best-selling beer, Bud Light has slipped into second place. And dun dun dun, Modelo Especial, a Mexican lager, overtook Bud Light in U.S. retail dollar sales in the month ending June 3rd.
Dude, but it's still owned by Anheuser-Busch.
I was wondering. That was what I was going to look up. How funny. Modelo controls 8.4% of U.S. grocery, convenience, and liquor store sales. Bud Light fell to 7.3%. Yep, Grupo Modelo is owned by Anheuser-Busch, the same parent company of Bud Light.
The thing is if I were Bud Light, I would have been like, bro, have you not seen all our Modelo commercials? Don't tell me about inclusivity or whatever. What's the term that Garth Brooks is doing? He's
she already closed that story.
Inclusive. I think it's
inclusive. Oh, yeah.
Is it inclusivity? Is that the word they're trying to use?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, dude, it's not inclusivity. Like, here's the thing. If we want to be socially conscious, there are tons of projects in this country where people need education, love,
diversity.
Yeah, it's not that's exactly it. That's not diversity. We have plenty of diversity in this country that's being neglected. Think about this, bro. I'm telling you about Hot Cheetos and how bomb it is because they don't put Mexican Americans in movies. That should tell you that we don't have diversity in this country.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
So Modelo is owned by Anheuser-Busch. Hold on. Would Paybacks or Countdown say?
Anheuser-Busch is now owned by a company in Denmark. I feel like I've heard something like that. Like it's an international company.
Let's stop drinking that communist beer. How about that?
Yeah.
I'm only drinking Yingling from here on out. Too bad you guys can't get in the West Coast. Sorry.
Yeah. Or try, you know what? When you go out, go drink a local brew.
I mean, Yingling's from Pottsville.
And we've got Lengthwise is a local brewery. There's Tembler Brewing. There's a couple different ones out there that ask for that. Support.
How often do you drink alcohol?
It's pretty rare. Once a month,
me
maybe.
Too.
I
don't even think it's once a month.
It might be less. Yeah.
I think it's like once every 2 months.
Yeah, that's probably for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't drink alcohol that much. And beer.
The reason I don't drink though, what's the reason you don't drink anymore or that much?
I don't like having a hangover. That's
exactly what it is. Exactly. I don't like feeling like crap the next day. That's all there is to it.
Countdown says Beer Billies. I don't know.
Beer Billies. Oh, they're a brewery too? Huh, I didn't know that. Okay, so they're a brewery. They were at Mud Volleyball serving. That's right. That's a matter of fact. So okay,
dude, when you were
they're a brewery too.
When you were a salesman, did you drink heavier than when you weren't a salesman?
I will say I had the urge to drink more when I worked at Hertz Car Rental.
When I worked at my last sales job before I opened my own business, when I was working at Comcast, it got to the point where Sherilyn told me she'd grab the bottle and she'd be like, this bottle has to last at least 2 weeks. Because I was going to the state store all the time, like, oh, I'm going to go buy a bottle of tequila. And then I was like, oh, man, I'm going through these too quick. So I started buying the big bottles. And then I was going through those too quick.
Dude, if it's there, I'll drink it.
Well, I was so stressed out. And then I was watching The Wire. And everybody drinks on that show.
Great show.
And then I was talking to everybody at work. And I'm like, how do you guys deal with this job? And they're like, oh, I drink. And I was like, so do I, but I don't think we're supposed to do that. Like, yeah, but everybody was like, oh, I drink. Yeah, dude, I was turning out like probably 2 gallons a week of tequila. And on the East Coast, tequila is mad expensive.
Oh my gosh! And this is in a glass bottle, or is this a plastic bottle? Tequila?
Glass. Yeah, I
So it's
get
at least
those,
somewhat fancy.
I
It's
get
not
those
the
big,
cheap stuff.
the Hornitos. No, you can't get the
Okay.
cheap stuff with tequila, because if you get the cheap
Oh.
stuff with tequila, you get a hangover.
Yeah, real bad hangover.
Yeah, so now like I'll drink Don Julio because, and it's $100 a bottle, but it's like, well, this bottle's gonna last me a long time. So
You
what do I
sip
care?
tequila now too, right? You don't
Yeah.
you don't shoot it, right? You
Yeah.
sip it, yeah.
No, dude,
Technically, you're supposed to sip tequila.
I was pouring like 3-finger shots, dude, and over ice, and I would just bury it, and then I'd go again. I drank more during that time frame than I drank when we were in college.
Really?
Yeah, by far.
Michael's not a big drinker though. In college, you weren't a big drinker.
Exactly. But like there were times, right? Like when we go to like nickel, dime, quarter drink or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I wasn't a big drinker in college. What he means is I only drank once a week.
Yeah, yeah.
Twice a week versus drinking 7 days a week. Like
I know, but I know
lot,
adults like that. I mean, we're adults too, but I'm just saying, I know adults that like get home, crack a bottle of whatever
beer.
it is.
Yeah.
Beer, wine, make margaritas, happy hour at the house.
Yeah, I don't drink until the kids go to sleep.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I don't drink or poof until the kids go to sleep.
But you'd wake up fine. Wake up at 6:30, whatever. Go to work.
No, well, Countdown saying goodnight. Hey, thanks for sticking around, Countdown. No, I mean, I don't want to be inebriated in front of the kids.
Yeah, that's true.
Does that make sense?
I don't like to drink when Cade's around, when my son's around.
So like if you're gonna drink, it's like, okay, either Cade's going to bed and Mike's hanging out late and we're gonna have a couple beers, or I'm just not drinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's the same with smoking weed. That's the same with drinking for me.
I got a bottle for Christmas that's still unopened.
Wow.
And it's a hard alcohol, like a Jack Daniels or something. It's just sitting there. I'm like, yeah, one day I'll open it, but I don't know.
See, if we didn't have the kids with us when I came down to visit you in Bakersfield, we definitely would have polished that bottle off. If it was just the two of us, you know.
You think so? Oh man, I'd definitely partake. I don't know if I could finish the whole thing anymore. I don't know if I could do that.
I don't know if I could either, dude. Me and Urbanic used to drink a bottle of tequila every Thursday night between the two of us.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Chris can drink though, dude.
He's a big dude too, and he just drinks,
and he's Irish. Yeah, and he's Irish.
Okay.
so like he can put it away. But dude, one time I had to drive him home, and I shouldn't have been driving home. There were plenty of nights when I was doing that. I shouldn't have been driving home.
I went to the Matchbox 20 concert, and I had a tall can, and I was worried about driving home.
Dude, like I've never been as bad as we were that time we went to Daisy Maze. That was like the only time I've ever been in a vehicle that bad. You know, well, one time I was there, I was that bad with Danny the Coconut, Danny Figueroa. But like I've been where I'm like, because like I drive the tiny box car, so it's like I'm not getting pulled over. Like, because you're not going to suspect that, right? Like, who's going to drive, you know,
a company vehicle? Yeah, that's true.
Inebriated, you know what I mean? So, like, yeah, but dude, I probably haven't had a drink. Gosh, I can't even tell you. And Sherilyn bought me these really fancy shot glasses. She bought me a Run DMC shot glass, and it's
cool.
It's really cool. Yeah, but like, I haven't filled it up, and I can't even tell you how long.
Yeah, you on that Delta 8 though? Sometimes,
all the time. Yeah.
But it's different though. It's different.
Well, I don't have a hangover. That's where it starts. And then like I don't behave erratic. I'm not going to drive on Delta 8. And once again, not while the kids are awake. You know what I mean?
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I
might have a drink tonight now that we're talking about it.
I was thinking about that myself.
Cade's with me tonight, though. So
oh wow,
we might hit the gym. It's only 7:30 here.
Here's my point, and then we'll hang up with everybody. I earnestly think that there has to be some sort of tidal wave of, hey, I don't believe you going on in this country.
Right?
Do you agree with me?
Yeah. Hey, we need to question everything we hear, wherever you get your news from. Like
maybe that's why your computer's been freezing up. You're questioning the Illuminati.
they're coming after my computer, my news source.
Well, I'm glad at least that your vocal works so we could have this conversation. But yeah, anyways, folks, This has been a wild Chino brother. You know what? I will say this. This may have been the most technically difficulted Chino brother, but it was the smoothest technically difficulted Chino brother ever.
Yeah, here's one thing. Last thing before we go.
Go ahead.
I just pulled up the top 10 best-selling beers in America.
Go for it.
Heineken is number 1. It's
Wow.
according to this. Do I believe this news article? Who knows? I don't know.
I could see that though.
Heineken, really?
Yeah, because you don't really get a hangover from Heineken. You know what I mean? It tastes decent. You know, if you like micro brews and you're in a bar but you don't know what they have and you don't know what it tastes like, Heineken's a pretty easy beer to order. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. I can see that. Let me see. You want to see? Let's see.
You look kind of classy holding a Heineken too. So if you're at a bar trying to pick up chicks,
doesn't look cheap.
Yeah.
Looks kind of yeah. Coors is number 2 according to this article, and Bud is number 3.
I think a lot of Bud drinkers went to Coors.
Yeah, it would make sense. Michelob's number 4. That's probably what the Ultra. Maybe I don't know if that includes that or not.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that became popular. Modelo's at 5.
I like Modelo. I think it's the best beer.
I'm gonna have to try that. Corona's 6, which that was my go-to.
You've
for
never
a
had a
while.
Modelo before?
Yeah, but I get the micheladas, so I'll do Modelo. Micheladas with Modelo.
I know.
Yeah.
So just imagine it without the Clamato in there. I'm telling you, Modelo is a delicious
decent.
beer. It's a delicious beer.
Miller Lite's number 7. Again, according
That
to
was
this
my
article.
beer. Yeah, that was my beer
There you
growing
go
up.
too, huh?
Yeah, because the Miller plant was in Irwindale, which is right next to West Covina.
Okay, and my computer froze, so I can't even get to the 8, 9, and 10. We'll come back to it. I felt like Natural Light was on there. Okay. Oh, Samuel Adams is 8.
Wow, I'm surprised. See, now think about it. If you're at a bar and you're single and you're trying to impress a girl by what you have in your hand, what do you think's more impressive, a Samuel Adams or a Heineken?
Ooh, probably still Heineken.
Do you think girls
think
think
so.
about that type of thing when they see a guy?
Maybe. I think maybe, possibly.
Man, that's pretty shallow to care what
I think
kind
they
of.
do. Yeah, I bet you they do. Bush is number 9.
Yeah,
Natural Light is number 10.
If you walk up to a girl with a Bush or a Natty Light, dude, or a Natty Ice, you're not getting that girl. And if you are getting that girl, she's probably not the girl you want. What do you think of that?
Well, now if you're in high school and you roll up to the party with some Natty Ice,
Yeah,
you're the man.
50-year-olds shouldn't be going to high school parties.
I'm saying if you're in high school.
Yeah.
If you're in high school and you
Yeah, I
roll
mean, at
into the
University of
party.
Arizona, remember, I don't know if you ever used to do this, but I used to do this. You take a case of beer with you to the party. So that way, when the keg was dry, you'd be the only one with beer and chicks would come over and talk to you. You ever
Yeah,
do that
you'd be
one?
like, hey, what's up? Ooh, you got an extra one?
Yeah, and then the dudes would try to come by. You're like, nah, dude, I'm cool.
It's like, oh, dude, this is my personal stash, bro. I can't share these, dude. Yeah.
No, I'd say these aren't mine.
Oh, straight up. Just like, no, I'm holding them for somebody.
Yeah, these aren't mine, man. These belong to Hoppa. So I'll say that, dude. Hoppa's roommates knew where the fresh parties were. I promise you that.
Yeah, they did. They did.
But you ain't going up on no girl with a Bush Light. Could you imagine that, dude? You got to be the smoothest brother in the club. If one dude's coming up with a Heineken and you're coming up with a Bush Light,
you got to have game.
Dude, that would be
Bush Light.
Yeah, that would be like if you knew a cat and he was like, bro, I got mad game, and you're like, I don't believe you. He's like, I promise you. That would be the test. Like, all right, well, you got to spit game. Okay, cool. You got to spit game holding that Bush Light and with this MAGA hat on. What do you think of that, dude? You got to wear a MAGA hat and you got to have Bush Light in your hand. And dude, if you don't, then I know you're not really spitting game. You're just saying that.
There's a type of girl that would be into that.
Oh, that'd be sweet though.
At like a country bar.
Yeah, that'd be sweet,
I bet
right?
you can pull that off. Yeah.
I know, but what if he was like at a hip hop place? Like we're at a hip hop club, we do that to him, and he's like, "Hold on a second." He finds the one country girl there.
He'd have
pulls her. We're like, "Man, this dude does have mad game.
He's got game, bro.
Yeah,
That's
he's
awesome.
the genie."
Bush. Do you think Acid at the Rock sold cheap beer? Probably, huh?
Like in the kegs, you mean?
Yeah, because we never really drank. Did we? I don't feel like we drank that much there.
One time you did. One time you got real drunk and broke their microphone.
I did.
Yeah, it was when we were in Too Strong Entertainment still. Yeah, and like nobody showed up to our clubs for just months, dude. And then finally, like just only our friends showed up, and you just start drinking, and you're like, yeah. You're walking around with the mic, and you dropped it on the ground at the end of the night, and it broke.
Did they charge us for it?
I think they fired us for it, and then that's when Acid took over. It was when
thank
the other
goodness.
guy. Yeah, it was when the
Thank
other guy was
goodness.
there. I can't remember his name. Was it?
I want to say
Steve?
Chuck or Clark.
Clark.
Chuck Clark.
And they had the Indian dude. Remember? I can't remember the Indian dude's name either. But remember the Indian dude? He was the promoter, and he was like,
yes. I
the
do
owner
remember.
of the club came.
Rod.
Yeah, Rod. But the owner of the club, I felt like his name wasn't Steve, because I'm thinking Metro Steve. Whatever his
Clark
name was,
or Chuck or Clark.
He'd come and seen us at General Ben's, dude. That's how come they booked us. So they came and seen us at General Ben's, and they saw this giant crowd. And then Rod went back and he was like, every kid in Tucson only cares about Too Strong Entertainment. That's all these kids care about. But that wasn't the truth. There was other promoters that brought the crowd, and I was just a great hype man, so I can get people to scream our name. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's right. I remember the last night I was like, dude, I'm over this, bro. Let's drink.
Yeah.
So I'd always be serious about it. I'd be like, okay, we're promoting, we're passing out flyers. Come on, let's get a crowd. And just,
Dude, I was passing out flyers till like 3 a.m. Cops were harassing me, like everything. We still couldn't get it popping. But those flyers sucked. But then even when we went with Rod, dude, that was the thing. Is like all the sorority girls were like, well, am I getting a wristband? And I'm like, I don't even know what that means. And they're like, that means they're like, that means
get free booze.
Yeah, that's what it meant. And I was like, I don't have authority over that. I'm just playing records. Can you please show up?
Yeah, oh man, that was the good old days.
Yeah, but it's how you cut your teeth. You know what I mean? That's how you cut your teeth as a DJ, and it gives you stories when you're 50 years old that nobody else can match.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my gosh,
if you want to beat a DJ story, you better have walked on the moon, friend. Because every DJ has a story that's going to blow your hair back, and probably has 3 or 4 of them, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah, that was good. I do remember the last night though, being like, screw it, I'm getting drunk. I think and then wait, I wonder why did I have the mic? Was I talking on it?
Dude, you got like lit, bro. Like you got like faded, like you'd pull your pants down lit. Like you were gone. And I think it was one of those nights where like I had to work at KUAT and work at the club. Remember, I used to drive back to the radio station, crack the mic, do my radio break, and then I would drive back to the club. Remember that?
Yeah.
So I feel like it was like I had already gone back to KUAT and I was going to work my shift out. And then I heard about it the next day. Like everybody's like, yeah, we're fired from the Rock. And I'm like, what? And then like, yeah, Adelaide broke their microphone. But I watched the leading up to it though. Like I saw what was happening as we were leading up to it. You were just like, dude, we've been here every week. We've only made like $40, dude. I'm drinking. And like Rolf showed up, and like a whole bunch of people showed up that you would drink with, your drinking buddies. And then you just started drinking. And I was like, all right, man, I'm gonna finish my shift out.
Were we DJing too?
Yeah, of course we were.
Were we set up on in the crow's nest, whatever?
Cage,
or just on the bottom? We were way up there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude. Like,
dude, that's
like,
funny.
Yeah, we struck out at that club forever until Acid brought us back as the Chino brothers, and then it was like, here we go. And then we tore that place. Yeah, made that place sweat.
That was good.
But like I said, man, every DJ has 3 or 4 stories, and that's why you guys watch us, because the Chino brothers always respects the DJ, right, Adley?
Absolutely. Yeah. Respect the DJ.
So maybe we should end every one of our podcasts with this. Remember, folks, respect the DJ.
Respect the DJ.
Yeah.
Hashtag respect the DJ.
Yeah. Hashtag respect the DJ. Because without the DJ, you wouldn't know any of them songs, folks. But thank you so much for making us DJs again, back out in our old age with this great show of ours, the Chino Brothers. And please follow us on TikTok. You saw some of us making fun of Dylan Mullaney tonight. Follow us on Facebook. Adelaide's blowing up, and we're coming along with them. And follow us on TikTok, where we are blowing up, and YouTube as well. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. See ya. Boom.